Alycats and viewers. So today is my June 2015 favorites part 2. And if you don't know, my favorites are where I mention everything I loved the past few weeks. So that's like movies, TV shows, games, books, CDs, YouTubers. And yeah, I think that's it. If you just heard that loud noise, that was my mom sneezing. But I mentioned everything I loved the past few weeks, and I put trailer links for everything down below in the description box so you can check it out if it sounds interesting to you. So, let's get started. There are absolutely no books or CDs this month because I didn't buy any new CDs, and the book I'm reading now I don't really want to put in a favorites category, so I don't know why I just adopted a really southern accent. I know I've already got one, but I don't know why I did it. So, let's move on to movies because I watched quite a bit of them. So the first movie up is Love, Rosie, and oh my goodness, this movie was fantastic. I didn't have super high expectations for it, but I figured it'd be a decent, like, romantic dramedy, I guess. It was so good though. I kind of identified with it because I was bawling. Like, I was like, no, that's me, that's me. But it's about the story of Rosie and, oh crap, what's his name? Alex. It's Alex, right? Crap. I forgot the lead character's name. It's Alex. He's played by Sam Claflin, and Rosie's played by Lily Collins. They're in England, and it shows them when, like, they're teenagers, and then they keep growing up, and you go through the stages of life. They have different romantic partners, but you know, they keep missing each other. Like, they're in love with each other, you can tell, but it's just like one will finally be ready to admit their feelings to the other, and then the other finds another romantic interest, and it's like, no. So you're just like so heartbroken the entire movie, but there's some feel-good moments too, and it's really touching. If you like romantic dramedies, definitely check this out. And this is, for me at least, it was a tearjerker because I can't talk. This movie has got me so emotional just thinking about it. But I identified with Rosie so much. I cried and cried and cried, and I was like, no, this is me, no. So yeah, definitely watch Love, Rosie. It's really, really good, and it's really underrated, and it's great. Everyone in the film is great, so watch it. Watch it. The next one, of course, is probably on most people's list of favorites, but it's Jurassic World. I adored the crap out of this film. It did make me a little sad, but that's just because I don't deal well with animal-type movies in general, but I loved it. Chris Pratt was amazing as usual. Bryce Dallas Howard, a little on the weak side, but she still did a pretty good job. And then all the supporting actors are great as well. I loved it. I loved the story, which there's not much of a story, but I loved the story nonetheless. I loved all the different things that happened. I'm not going to say why. I loved the dinosaurs. I loved everything. And they are making 2 more. I don't know how this is going to work out. But it was great, and you need to see it if you like the original films. But let me give you a warning, okay? Because this kind of ruined my movie experience. Don't take children to see this movie, okay? Because I went and there was a bunch of like 5 and 6 year olds that their parents brought them there because they're like, oh, it's gonna be like the first movie. After a bunch of carnage started happening, there were several kids in the theater crying and screaming. One little girl was begging her dad to hold her in her lap because she was terrified. And then there was one little kid that is probably going to either be a serial killer or something that was behind me that was going, dinosaur eats people, yes, dinosaurs bloody, yes. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're disturbing. But don't take children to this, okay? I say 10 and up, unless they're not mature enough, then 12 and up. This is rated PG-13 for a reason. And I'm not usually a stickler for the rating system, but this movie, this could be scary for little kids, and there's a lot of cursing and blood and violence, so just getting that out there. Take your children at your own risk. I'm just saying. Just saying. Next film I have to talk about is The Terminator. I just watched this recently a few days ago, but I wasn't allowed to watch R-rated movies until I was 16, so I've had to do a lot of catching up. I love The Terminator though. I love it. I love it. It's just so good. It's such a good action movie. I've got to watch the second and third ones. I'm not watching Salvation, but I'm so excited for Genesis. That's why I started watching the Terminator films. So yes, I love the Terminator. There's not much to talk about. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton, Michael Biehn, Lance Henriksen. Amazing. Watch it. If you haven't, like me, for some reason, just watch it and it'll blow your mind. It's amazing. And I know there's one other film and I'm just blanking on. I always blank on something. So let me cheat and look at my cheat sheet. Thanks, Alyssa. Oh, American Sniper. Now, I know some of you are just immediately wanting to type something about it. It's more than just a political statement, okay? This is the true story of Chris Kyle, and Bradley Cooper did a phenomenal job portraying Chris. It's really, really heartbreaking. Like, Chris Kyle was the deadliest sniper, I believe, in US history. He had over 160 confirmed kills. And it just shows his life in the army, the effects it has on him, like how he develops PTSD, how it affects his wife and children. And it's just so moving. Clint Eastwood did a great job directing. Sienna Miller was great in her role as Taya, even though she didn't have a huge role. It's just so moving. You need to watch this. Even if you're not into military movies, I'm not really into military movies. This was really touching and amazing, and I loved it. So definitely watch it. I'm not even into politics, okay? And I still really enjoyed it, so yeah. I recommend American Sniper. For TV, there have been 2 shows that I've really enjoyed these past few weeks. The first, I'm just gonna mention, is True Detective. The pilot, it's not the pilot episode. The first episode of this new season was phenomenal. It's got Colin Farrell, Rachel McAdams, Vince Vaughn, and Taylor Kitsch in it. And it's just great. If you watch the first season, you know it's kind of like it's a crime show, okay? But I can't really say much without giving it away, but I mean, the second season still has those WTF moments. It still has the slow burning element to it. It still has these shocking moments to it. It's great. Watch it. And you can watch the second season without seeing the first, because this is an anthology series. Every season the story changes, the actors change, so you're fine if you watch this without watching the first season. It's great. Watch it. Trust me, it's great. It's great. In the second show, I've become utterly addicted to this show, okay? It's like a problem. Outlander. Now, this might not attract many men, but it's very, 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 very good. It comes on Stars, but I watched it through Netflix. But it's about the story of Claire, and her and her husband Frank in the 1940s go to Scotland, and they're vacationing, and she goes to Craignadoon, I think that's how you say it, and she touches one of the stones, and she gets transported to the 1700s, where she meets Jamie Fraser, who is, oh my gosh, so dreamy. And yeah, she's a nurse, so they don't know what to make of her back in the 1700s. She's very opinionated, and they're, you know, back then women weren't very opinionated. They kept to themselves, and they're just like, what do we do with her? Is she a spy? And then it's just so beautiful. Like, the production values are so high, and the emotional aspects of this show are amazing. And Claire and Jamie, I ship them so hard. I love Jamie. I love Jamie. I want a Jamie Fraser in my life. It can get quite gory at times. Doesn't really bother me, but just if you have a weak stomach, be aware of that. There is some nudity, not as bad as Game of Thrones or anything like that, but there is some nudity, some sex scenes. It's beautiful though. I love it. I love it so much, and I can't recommend it enough. I can't wait for the second part to come out. The second part of the first season. They split it up. I'm like, no, I gotta find out what happens. But yeah, I really want to read the book now. As for games, I haven't been able to afford any new ones, so I've just been playing The Witcher 3, which is amazing. If you haven't picked it up yet and you have a PS4, Xbox One, or PC, pick it up. It's amazing. And if you like RPGs, you have to play it. It's just phenomenal, mind-blowing. It's so long too, so it's just like, it's going to take up all of your time anyway. So pick it up and love it and cherish it and just love it to pieces. And now, moving on to music, that's in the playlist down below. There's 10 songs, let me know what you think about them. And the final part are, of course, the YouTubers. So first off, let's go with Kara K. Kara is such a sweetheart, and her channel is really inspirational because she talks about her life because she deals with diabetes. She talks about how she's quitting smoking, which she's doing a great job. You're doing a great job. And she does like some hauls and unboxings and stuff. She's very into horror, but she's just so sweet, and it's really interesting to learn about her life and about the different aspects of diabetes, because her videos are very informative. Like, I've learned so many different things about diabetes that I didn't know before. It's just crazy. Like, check out her channel. She's so inspirational. She's adorable. She's sweet. Check her out. The next channel is Your Average Techie. They are so awesome. They're so much fun, and they just have different videos, like unboxings. They do giveaways occasionally. I actually want to give away, and when I get that prize, I will actually do an unboxing. They're really cool though. They're super duper cool. So check out Your Average Techie. And the last channel I have to give a shout out to is JKB. And I've actually already shouted this channel out so many times, it's crazy, and shared it on social media. It's my friend Jay. It used to be 3 kilobytes, but now it's JKB because he's by himself. His videos are phenomenal. He puts so much hard work and effort and passion into these videos, and he's just very intelligent and very funny, and I just can't recommend his channel enough. Just go check it out. He does, I can't talk, movie and game reviews, and they're just hilarious and so good. They're very high quality. Go check JKB out. So that is it for my favorites for the second part of June. Let me know what you thought, and let me know what your favorites were in the comments down below. Like the video if you liked it. Let me know what your favorites are. Like I just freaking said, favorites are your friends and family can see. Share me as long as you did it nicely, and remember to subscribe and join the loving Alycat family because we have so much fun together, and we're so supportive and loving, and we welcome you with open arms. Come on, come on, come on. You have to subscribe first before we hug you though. I mean, that's just given. I love each and every one of you very, very much. Peace and kisses.